Hello, everyone, and welcome to your show of Cook and Bake with Samir. Today, we're going to make something that I've been getting requests for uh, cabbage rolls or stuffed cabbage. I'm going to cook it the Lebanese way, and also, you're going to find the same video in Arabic and in English. I'm going to do both. And what we need to do is remove the top the top piece. So carefully kind of dig in with the knife in these different places here. Just go around it, and then you'll see that it'll just come out on its own. Look how easily the core will come out. And then what I have on the stove is some hot water. We're going to bathe it in it and remove the leaves. Okay, here I have hot water, and I'm soaking the cabbage in so we can get it loosen up, and so we can release it from around. It'll be a lot easier, and then we won't break it. You'll see. We'll put it here a couple minutes, and what I'm going to also use to help us with the removal, so we don't burn our hands. That's why I have a thicker gloves on to try to help with the heat. But there we go. And here, look, here's our second one that I'm taking out. I'm just gonna set it here to cool off. So, and again, we'll just do one at a time. You just have to be patient with it. You don't need to rush it. Again, the purpose is just we don't want it to break apart. See how easy it just comes right off. And if you don't have like gloves, if you want to use two of these to hold them, that will work too. Uh, it's whichever is easier. There is a way that you can cut it first and then put them in here. That might be also easier. Just I like to do it this way. There we go. Look at all the leaves that came out. And there's quite a bit. That cabbage roll might look tiny, but you get a lot of cabbage from it. And also the small ones, we just probably roll them, and then the bigger ones, we will cut them. We're going to remove also the little vein in the middle, the thick one part of it, and I'll show you in a little bit. Let's now work on our filling, the meat and the rice and stuff like that. What I have here is 1 pound of ground beef and 2 cups of medium grain rice. Now let's start mixing everything together with our spices and herbs that we're going to be putting in here. And now we add the rice to our mixture. I've already grounded the 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Here I'm adding the 2 teaspoons of salt. Then we're adding 1 teaspoon of cumin and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of 7 spices or allspice. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and the 2 tablespoons of dried mint. Now we're going to do our half a teaspoon of freshly grounded nutmeg. There we go. This is nice. I love using fresh nutmegs. It's much better than just using the pre-grounded ones. You get so much more flavor. Now I'm adding the 1/4 cup of olive oil to this fine mixture. Now we're going to be adding our 8 cloves of garlic. As you see, they are finely minced, And there are even some that like to even add cloves inside the whole pot while it's cooking. Now we're going to start mixing all these delicious herbs and spices together to create our very tasty filling for our cabbage rolls. So as you see, I'm mixing it together, uh, turning them. Really, the whole mixing only takes about no more than a minute and a half if you're not too well used to. But we're just trying to incorporate everything, all the spices and the herbs inside the meat. Have the rice also all be as a one group and incorporate it as a one lump. Inside the whole thing will be like a one big lump of very uh, tasty, and you can smell the herbs when you're mixing it. It's just it's amazing. It's a beautiful dish. I hope you try to make it and enjoy making it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends and leave me comments. Let me know how it turns out, or if you have any other suggestions or things you'd like me to do. Feel free to ask. Now that they are complete, I'm going to cover them with some saran wrap and let them rest and marinate together for about 10 minutes. And then we'll start stuffing our cabbage. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with all these pieces of cabbage. See, the piece of cabbage, it has a center that's thick. It's edible and everything. We eat it when we have coleslaw and things like that. But it's not good when you're making this dish. So what we're going to do first, what I want to do before I start cutting these into smaller pieces, I want to remove this piece here. Look, see this? Uh, so what we're going to do is we're not going to throw it away. We're going to put it at the bottom of the pan that we're cooking in, or the pot that we're cooking in. So I'm going to go ahead and start making these into smaller pieces like this big one. I'm gonna cut it in half. There we go. And then we'll show you what I'm going to do is put them here, get things ready for me, and then we'll start stuffing. Let me show you a couple of them here that I'm doing. I'm also gonna cut this in half a little bit here. Let me grab a really big one. Here we go. Here's a big one. I'm going to do the same thing. Cutting here. I can use if you want to use a smaller knife, you can do as well. And then this one, actually, I'm going to cut one piece like this, and then one piece like this. So we made this one into 3 different pieces. And I have stuff flying. There we go. We have this itty bitty cute one. You see? There we go. I'll have to do that to it too, unfortunately. And then we'll roll it. You'll see. Okay. We'll see you soon. We'll be back. Now I completely uh, took out, if you want to say gutted, I took out all the veins and all that stuff, and here they are. I'm going to put them at the bottom of the pot when we're cooking. So I like to keep the rough side on the outside, but there isn't too much right way, wrong way of these, because they're going to be different shapes. You can use a spoon. I'm going to go ahead and use my hand. Be generous in there with the meat and the rice and all that good flavoring. We do not fold the sides like we do with the grape leaves. So here we are just going to go ahead and try to tightly roll it and just put it right there. Okay, let's do a couple more here. I think I'm gonna roll it this way. Let's do it. Again, there isn't like a really right way, wrong way. It just because they're all gonna be different shapes. They're different than the grape leaves. There we go. This one I'm gonna fold it there. Here we go. Let me see if I can find a smoother one for you, so show you a little bit. But it doesn't matter really because the they are, I'm thinking of cutting even. See, you'll run into this. Maybe you want to cut this one in half and make two of them. There we go. Even though I had it before as one. So we'll have a couple of smaller ones. But again, there's no right way or wrong way of rolling these. There. Gonna roll this one this way. Ta-da. I roll it tight here like you're rolling, the grape leaves or rolling carpet. Let me get a nice one here. Here we go. This one here. Gonna roll it this way also. Ta-da. There we go. I'll tuck that one in. I want to cut this one. I don't like it. It's a little... Okay. Let me continue. Then we'll come back and we'll show you what we're going to do in the pot. See you soon. So here, remember all the pieces that I was cutting, I put here. So what we're going to do is put all the rolled cabbage that we did, try to pack them tightly in here. And then after I'm finishing those, I'll show you and I'll let you know the sauce that I've made that we're going to put in here over them. Before I added the small cabbage pieces, I coated the bottom of the pot with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Here I have 2 cups of vegetable stock, and I have 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a tablespoon of dried mint, and that's it. If you didn't have vegetable stock, if you want to use chicken stock or beef stock, you could. And if you didn't have any of those, you only had water, here's what I'd advise. Do the 2 cups of water, and the ingredients that we put, those spices and the herbs that we put in here, put them in the water. And you also need 1 teaspoon of salt. But put a little bit of those, like a third of the quantity that we put there, mix it in here and make your own stock. That way you have all those flavoring. I'm not adding flavors because the vegetable stock already has all kind of different flavors in it. Now I have in here 2 cups, like I mentioned. I'm going to put, I know we need to cover them. So we'll have to see and make sure that they are covered. If they're not, I'll add more. It's okay to add more if you need to. So we'll see, because what we're going to do is turn it on, let's see this one. I'm going to turn it on to high. I want it to boil. And once it boils, I'm going to turn it down to medium low and let it cook for an hour, because after the hour I'm going to add a quarter cup of lemon juice, and after that I'll let it cook for another 15 minutes, and then we'll taste it, make sure everything is okay, and then we're going to let it rest for 15 minutes before we present it or try to eat it or things like this. So what I recommend here is you need to put a round dish. See, like this one. See, it's round. See the circles? I don't know what happened here. It wasn't me that was drawing it this time. But anyway, so this is what we will be doing. It already started to boil. So I am going to lower it to medium low, cover it, and let it cook for 1 hour. Then I'm going to add a quarter cup of lemon juice and let it cook for another 15 minutes. Taste it, see how the salt is, how everything else is, and if we need to add anything, we will. I did add one more cup of vegetable stock, so now we have a total of 3 cups of vegetable stock in the mixture. Now it's been for an hour, and so I'm adding our quarter cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice to our beautiful, the aroma is excellent that you're smelling around the house and in the kitchen. And then I'm going to cover it again, and I'm going to turn it down to a little below medium low, but leave it for another 15 minutes. Okay, it's been now another 15 minutes after we added the lemon juice, and we need to remove the plate. Look at that, beautiful. Look at those. Beautiful, huh? Look really nice. Now I've put the plate in the sink, but I also want to give you a little hint. As you know, do not put water or cold water right away on the plate because it'll shatter and crack. So right now I'm going to taste the dish, but really I'm only going to be tasting the sauce. We will taste the rolls, the cabbage rolls, a little bit later. So we'll let them rest for 15 minutes. So here, let's get a little bit of the sauce. I want to make sure it's also cool before I try to uh, eat it. We don't want to burn here. And it's there we go. Very, very, very tasty. Doesn't need salt, doesn't need anything. It's ready to be covered and let it rest for another 15 minutes before we dig into it. They've been resting for 15 minutes. So, and then I put them in this dish here. And I know I didn't make them in a round one and put, uh, what do you call it, decorations, but we want to eat, so we had we had we had orders that we needed to just come on, get along with it, get moving. uh, so here, let me move this out of the way. All right, here let's. I'm gonna cut it into a couple of pieces because I know it's still hot, and so it'll cool off a little bit. But I know I tried the meat that was left over, and when I cooked it, it had such a great flavor here. Look at that. You see that? The filling there, the meat, the rice. But only the flavor. When you taste it, you can tell how good is it. Mm. Mm. The minute it hit my tongue, I could taste those herbs that are all cooked in there. That hint of the lemon juice that we added. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful dish. I'm glad you joined me today. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Try it out and let me know. And if you try it a different way, don't hesitate. Let me know what you think. I know some like to put garlic in between them, but I don't feel I was missing anything. Everything was great. In my younger days when I grew up, I never seen them put the garlic in this dish. Uh, Back in the day in Lebanon. But again, thank you for joining me, and I'm glad one our friends asked for this dish, and we made it, made a film for you so you could watch and enjoy making. All right, until next time. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit that bell so you could get reminded when I make new dishes. You take care.